Yo, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I want to share bass mixing compression technique that changed my life quite literally, and I hope that it will change the way you mix the bass lines as well. So it's really simple, but surprisingly it is so effective that I was able to simplify the way that I mix my bass lines. I'm gonna show you two examples. Let's listen to the first one, then the second one, and then I will explain what it is, how to do it, and how to apply it to your own mixes. It's gonna be really interesting. So let's listen to the first example. So it's quite similar. So if you don't have a proper system like good studio speakers, headphones, it might be a little bit hard for you to understand what is really happening here. But let me walk you through this technique, what I did, how it works, and why I think it is really effective. So this technique is really all about multi-band compression. And what I'm gonna do right now is just solo the bass and the kick, and I will play with and without the multi-band compressor here, right? So let's do like this. Let's first do without multi-band compressor and without the rest of the processing. And now with the multi-band compressor, and we're gonna test it on a couple of different systems through real phones. Once again, without. And let's give it a test in a car, for example. So that's usually pretty good way to test tracks. So let's do the modern car. For now, I'm not going to comment, just try to observe how you feel the bass line and what is really happening. So, as you can hear, the clarity of the bass lines, it improves a lot. So what is really happening here when we are doing this multi-band technique? So we have three bands, one which is the low band, the mids, and the highs. So what is happening, it is a combination of compression. So we are compressing the lows like this, and when we are compressing the lows are expanding the mids. So this way we help the speaker to move, like, I could say better, but it actually just gives you a bit more clarity because it creates dynamics. Instead of compressing two bands, yes, it can be useful. I found out that a combination of compression on the low band and expansion on the mids and the highs gives you that really nice, transparent, and just good sounding bass. But this is not really it. What is happening behind the scenes is that the mids, this band, is sidechained from the lows. So it is not just that we are expanding the mids, we are pushing the lows with compression, and by doing so it gives you that nice groove and expansion. So if you look at what I did here, I actually reduced the loudness of the mid band. So if you just play like this is a little bit too much. I don't like when the bass has too much mids. In my opinion, I like more like subby and a bit less of the mids. Like I like really soft bass lines. So what I'm doing here essentially is I'm pulling this down a little bit to give it like a little dip here, and then I'm pulling this range a bit like up, right? So I'm pushing that a bit more. So this way we are still kind of keeping the same balance, but because we are giving that dip, because of that, the bass feels much cleaner, right? And what is happening here is if you can take a look. Wait, this is not really needed. Yeah, so this is what is happening here, right? You can see that it goes like this. So to do this sidechain curve, you need to go to the settings, then you need to go to expert, click on free, and then you adjust how much sidechain, like what frequencies are going to be sidechaining the this band, right? So I want the sidechain to work from approximately like 50 to 60 hertz. That's a bit too much. So anywhere from like 50, 60 is good. I think I would do like 50 something. I don't want to dive too much like into the settings themselves. It's more about the concept. So we are compressing the sub quite a lot to like make it tighter, right? To balance it out. So if you look at the levels, it's pretty nice. And the same thing I'm doing to the highs. So basically, I'm sidechaining the mid from the low, and I'm sidechaining the highs from the mids, right? So you can see that here, we have the same sidechain settings, basically. I'm not sure how to call this thing, right? It's just like sidechain frequency. So what is happening here, essentially, if you listen like this, solo, I'm expanding both the mids and the highs, and because of that, the bass feels really dynamic. So the low end is tight, because we don't need a lot of dynamics in the lows, not really needed. And it gives you that nice, like, dynamic sound. So this is what I found out. Again, I'm not like certified professional, like mixing and mastering engineer. I'm constantly learning and sharing something cool with you all. So that's kind of it, right? And if you listen with and without, the difference is pretty huge, especially if you listen on bigger systems. Let's say, for example, we do. It's really nice, really tight. I really, really like it. So yeah, we just need to apply the right amount of compression without. Even with on the same loudness, I don't know. It's okay, but I like it way more when we do with this multi-band trick. Again, use this in appropriate context. I don't want you to use this technique just because I told you so. It's like, think critically. So I was like trying to design my bass. So this is like sound design / mixing tool at the same time. Right? You can see it gives quite a lot to the bass line. If you listen to the original one, like it's okay, and this bass could work, but I wanted to have like slightly more on the highs, on the mids, and so on. So that's gonna be it. I don't want to make this video too long. I hope it makes sense. Let me know what you think about these shorter kind of videos, because I'm trying to experiment a little bit more with the content, trying to be more consistent, give you more value. So in those like short videos. So that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Bye.